Nivedita Joshi is here again by taking a topic male reproductive system from lesson 3 of class 12th biology human reproduction. So in this today's topic we will study male reproductive system. So already we have gone through this topic in class 10th as well. So in detail we will study male reproductive system. This system is located in the pelvis region and the system includes a pair of testes, accessory ducts, glands and external genitalia. We will discuss all these topics. All these topics will be explained and you can have this diagram and can know their where they are found in the body, is it? So you can go through the main topics are we will study in this the organs of male reproductive system, the ducts and what are their functions. This we will study. So we will study these many of topics and the system here a pair of testes is there which is called as the primary organs. Primary means the main organs of the reproductive system. In the duct system we will study retitestis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens and urethra. All these are the ducts. So we will study as all these as a duct system. Accessory glands. There are three types of accessory glands: seminal vesicles, bulbourethral glands and prostate gland. And then the external genitalia, which is the penis. So one by one we will study the primary organ testis, which is one pair, and important thing is that the testis is found extra abdominal, means it is outside the abdomen and it is found within a pouch called as the scrotum, means scrotum is a sac in which the testes these are located. So there is a reason ki why it is extra abdominal, because this sac, that is scrotum, it provides the temperature 2 to 3 degree lower than the body temperature, means our body temperature is 37 degree uh, centigrade. So here the temperature will be 2 to 3 degree less, and this temperature is needed for the spermatogenesis, that is for the formation of the sperms. Now in detail if we say, the testis is itself is having near about 250 compartments, and these compartments are called as the testicular lobules. And these lobules means, if we talk of each lobule, means 250 lobules are there. If we talk of one lobule, so one lobule consists of 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules, and the seminiferous tubules are highly coiled tubules, and these tubules will produce the sperms, because these tubules are lined with the germinal epithelium, and germinal epithelium is having this feature that they can form the germ cell. So seminiferous tubules, it is lined from inside by the germinal epithelium, and this is consisting of two types of cell. One type of cell is spermatogonia, that we can call it as a male germ cells, and these cells only will be dividing by the meiotic division, and it will form the sperms. Second type of cells which is found here along with the spermatogonia, they are called as the Sertoli cells, and Sertoli cells are big sized, and they are having the rich cytoplasm and nutritive materials. So their function is to provide the nutrition to the germ cells. So Sertoli cells will provide the nutrition to the developing spermatogonia. So this is the function. Now the space, which is means so many of seminiferous tubules are found. The space between the seminiferous tubule is called as the interstitial space, and there in these spaces they are found the blood vessels and a special type of cells, Leydig cells, or we can call them as a interstitial cells. Leydig cells or interstitial cells. So these Leydig cells are endocrine in nature, and these Leydig cells synthesize androgens and secrete also. So their function is to synthesize and secrete the androgens. So the hormones means these are the androgens is a group of hormone. So this is secreted by the Leydig cells or interstitial cells. If we go in the detail in this diagram, we can go through the lobules are shown here in this diagram, and we can see the seminiferous tubules, and seminiferous tubules are they are coming out of the lobule, and there is a network of some tubules, and those network is called as retitestis, where these all seminiferous tubules start uniting, and further these seminiferous tubules open into these vasa efferentia, means the seminiferous tubule will open into the vasa efferentia through the retitestis. So retitestis is a network of capillaries where these tubules are started uniting, and further this vasa efferentia will lead as a vas deferens. Again it will reunite and reunite, will form the vas deferens. So in this diagram we can see vas deferens as well, and now we will talk of accessory ducts. How many accessory ducts are there which are the part of male reproductive system. So the accessory ducts include the retitestis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vas deferens. Epididymis retitestis is a already I told you that this is a network of the seminiferous tubules. Now the epididymis, actually epididymis is mass of, it looks like a mass, but it is a there it is a it's a tubular part which is so much compactly arranged, and that's why it appears as a mass, but it is a whole the very long tube, it just is accommodated in a very small area, and it is highly coiled but is accommodated in very small space, and this further opens into the vas deferens, and this vas deferens here uh, vas deferens, it will just open, it will ascend to the abdomen because testes are extra abdominal. Now these tube system, it will lead uh, it will leave means the vas deferens that will ascend to the abdomen, then it passes over the urinary bladder, and further as it moves the duct from the seminal vesicle, it will join the vas deferens, and there a common duct will be formed. We call that duct as a ejaculatory duct. Means vas deferens, in this duct, the duct from the seminal vesicle will open, and the combinedly they will form the ejaculatory duct, and this ejaculatory duct, it will open into the urethra. See the urethra, again it is longer in the males because here it is doing two function, means it has to carry semen as well as it has to carry the urine as well, because it is a part of excretory system also. So overall, the function of accessory ducts is to store and transport the sperms from the test. Now the part external genitalia. External genitalia, when we say, means we are talking of penis. Penis is the external genitalia of the males, and it is made up of a special type of tissue, and the end of the penis is called as the glans penis, and this glans penis is covered by skin folds that is called as the foreskin. Glands, when we talk of, so glands are three types of glands are there: seminal vesicle, bulbourethral gland, and the prostate gland. There is one pair of seminal vesicle, one pair of bulbourethral gland, and single prostate gland. Other two glands are in pair, but the prostate gland is one only. And the secretion from these three types of gland, it is called as the seminal plasma. And this seminal plasma is rich in fructose, calcium, and enzymes. So after going through this topic, you will be able to solve these questions. So this is the assignment for you to do.